Well, Brian Davis, and you are, God, I think you're an inspiration for so many people in this country. You went, you had a job. Like, it wasn't really bad, but you worked for FedEx and DHL and everything. But you really always wanted your own business, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that was me. I was working jobs I hated, and I just do. Oh, how can I do this? But you found a way to do it, really, with hardly any money at all, and just working part time till you build this sucker up, right? And then all of a sudden, you went on, Kickstarter and crowdfunding and got $80,000 for your idea, and said, "Hey, now it's time," and you pull the plug, right?
Right.
And what did that day feel like?
Oh, it was pretty good. I took a video of that day too. We had a good time sending that email off to my boss to say sayonara. So
Your services aren't required anymore. Thank you very much.
that felt pretty good. A lifelong dream. Yep, absolutely.
Wow. And so, do you think you'd be able to do that if it wasn't, the crowdfunding wasn't available?
No, no, not at all. I think the combination of being able to use the internet to reach everyone from my own house, and then be able to accumulate all those people into the crowdfunding websites has been just unbelievable for me.
Wow, so you wouldn't be able to do it without it. And I believe that too. And it's great. Well, first of all, now the crowdfunding you have now, you just started your third Kickstarter campaign, and you made it already, and you've just been on the block for like a week or something like that. Show us, you have a bottle there? It's really for bike riders.
So
yeah.
This is it. It's a very simple idea. It's a water bottle for cyclists, and it's designed to do just one thing: go in the back jersey pocket of a cyclist's
I
shirt
see.
that they wear. Yeah.
So it's actually, if you go on Kickstarter, watch your video, you explain it very well from that bicycle that's on rollers in your garage that you're doing that sucker. And it's just one hand and you slip it in and out, and you're not losing time or traction or attention span. Or it was neat on your video where you say, God, some of the races that you have to get it from a volunteer to grab water, and God, you can crash so easily and certainly lose time doing that.
Yep, absolutely.
And you saved all those problems, right?
I think a couple of them, yep.
Yeah. And the other thing, the first one was a little tool set, right, that you have. Do you have
so that's what these are. These are called fix-it sticks. So the neat part about that is it's actually two separate items. And you key them together, and that creates all the torque and leverage to be able to get everything tight and ready on your bikes.
Wow. And that got you over $100,000 doing that one, right?
Yep, that one between both campaigns, yep.
Wow, that's right. So now you're free at last, right? And you're raising two kids, and you say, now, I think the best part about working by yourself, as you were saying, this is the first non-snow day in Wisconsin, and after this interview, man, you're getting your ass outdoors.
That's right.
And going to be on that bicycle. You don't have to worry what the boss is going to say and everything.
No one approved it.
Yeah, and what's neat about that, I think, is that when you're ready to work, you're ready to work.
Right.
On a lousy day, your mind is somewhere else. You're going to hang around an office and do nothing anyway.
Yeah. A lot of solitaire, right?
Right. So you might as well just do what you want to do and come back ready to charge. And I think that's a great thing about being independent. And the Kickstarter. Now, you put together a list of 49 tips for running a successful campaign so you could quit your job, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I get asked that question a lot, so I finally just sat down and wrote it all one day. And I freely give that information away because I truly believe that a lot more people can do this and take their ideas and make something happen with them. So, absolutely.
Well, I believe, too, and we just need the encouragement, see if somebing else does it. And you're no MIT PhD or something like that. You're just a guy from the Midwest doing this who hated his job or wanted more in life. And I think that's what it really is. It's about how do we grab more before it's over, and that's why I think the internet and the tools are there for us to do that. Finally, anybody, no matter who the hell you are or how much money you have, or you can grab it and run. And failure It doesn't matter. It's a great place to fail because it doesn't cost anything.
Right. Yeah. No big deal. Right.
Yeah. So the tips, if we go to backbottle.com, we could find out about your bottle. And also, you're going to put up a list of these tips so people could see it right on your site, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. I'll have them up there later today, and anybody can reach out and take a look at those. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to help out. So.
Right, because there's experts on the web now who could charge hundreds or thousands of dollars for this kind of stuff, and we might as well get it for free from experts like you, who already done 3 campaigns and had 3 home runs already.
Right, absolutely.
You made it already, and you never did it before, and just using your instincts and hard work, digging ditches. It's no high-tech finance stuff. It's just spending time at it. So instead, when you were working full-time, instead of watching Packers games, you were doing this stuff. So give us a handful of these tips that people should know about.
Well, I think to summarize a lot of it is, once you have your idea, you really just sit down and game plan exactly how it's going to roll out with a calendar and just mark down all those milestones along the way. So I mentor a young man, and he asked me one day, he said, doesn't that just blow your mind that these are sold all over the world and it was successful? And I said, no, it doesn't, because I followed a number of small steps to reach my big goal, and that's really all it is for anybody else. It's just a lot of small steps to reach the next goal. So usually when people ask me for advice, I'll say, what's the next, if I have this idea, what do I do about it? What's the next smallest thing you can do today to get closer? And that's probably my number one advice is to just inch along each way.
Just start.
Yeah, start. Exactly.
The secret is starting. Not waiting till everything's perfect, but start. Well, that's wonderful. So we can find out about the bottle that makes bicycle riding, or do we call it bicycle riding, or bikers, or
cycling?
Cycling, that's the word.
Okay. As long as you buy one, you can call it whatever you want.
Right. Send me $10. I don't care what you call it. And that great bottle you have, and the toolkits, and more importantly, that on backbottle.com you have those 49 tips to running your own successful campaign, and how to get out of that rat race or the thing that you don't feel satisfied enough for. And I don't know if people could see the clock behind you on the wall. It's at 5 o'clock, and an hour ago when I called you it was at 5 o'clock, because you keep it at 5 o'clock, because that's when you start drinking beer. So anytime you feel like drinking beer, you can do it now.
Yeah, it's almost 5 here in the office. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Brian. It's a pleasure talking with you, and you're an inspiration to everybody. If they're miserable, don't come home and beat the dog anymore, man. Do something about it, right?
Get moving, baby.
Right. Take care, and it's backbottle.com.
Thank you, Matthew. Talk to you soon.
You bet.